Today we're talking about Warzone Pacific and the brand new Caldera map. I was invited with a ton of other content creators to try it out early against each other, so it was a lot of fun. We ended up going flawless. I was playing with I'm Marksman Spiros in Modern Warzone, and we won every match we played, which you're going to go ahead and see some of that over in full length on the second channel, which is just more JGod near the top of the description. As we go through this, we're going to try and answer a lot of questions I think you have about the map. There's obviously going to be some downtime, so you can kind of get a little bit of a jump start if you want to jump on Vanguard, maybe level up some weapons. I might tease some of those throughout because I did get a chance to test some things. So we'll start off with some of the most popular questions I think a lot of people are worried about. The engine. It feels pretty much exactly like we're playing Warzone Modern Warfare version. The slide cancels, the bunny hops, all feel very close to kind of what we're used to. It feels more like Modern Warfare than it does Vanguard in terms of the multiplayer experience, in terms of how you slide cancel, you bunny hop, and all of those things. All the perks are basically copy and paste to what we've already had within Warzone. Nothing's been changed. I looked at the details. I didn't really see any differences there. The tacticals and lethals are all pretty much the same. So everything that you've kind of been used to with loadouts is pretty much going to be the exact same. The only difference is maybe what you're going to end up choosing in terms of meta, because those things tend to change as things get a little bit more broken and the way the map plays out. Maybe snipers won't be as important, and it really depends on your playstyle, right? And with any of these Vanguard modes, like we ended up playing Vanguard Resurgence and Vanguard Royale quads, as well as normal Plunder. We played all three of those. In the Vanguard versions of the modes, you're only allowed to use Vanguard weapons. And then when it comes to lethals and tacticals, they actually restrict them the same way if you've ever played ranked within Cold War, or eventually when we get Vanguard ranked, they're going to restrict certain items. Very much the same. When you go to the loadout, there's a little icon next to it saying, hey, you can't use this loadout because it has a Semtex, which really isn't in Vanguard. So they make you use a Molotov, a C4, which are all in Vanguard. So you just copy over. No heartbeat sensor, but you can use stuns. So it kind of restricts it to match what we're used to in Vanguard. But like I said, since we are using the Warzone engine, at least the way it feels, upgraded or whatever, the C4 throw still feels like the Modern Warfare Warzone nerfed C4 throw distance. So that's kind of what you should expect from that. The Vanguard Resurgence mode is very much like Mini Royale with respawns like Rebirth Island. As long as somebody's alive until that part gets cut off near like Zone 5, you'll be able to respawn back in, looting, getting kills. It's a little bit faster. And then you are able to use like airplanes within that mode. That's one thing that's different. The vehicles are the Vanguard vehicles if it's a Vanguard game mode. So you're going to get access to the planes, a couple new vehicles. There's like a truck that looks like a Bertha, but it's a two-seater Bertha, which is a little bit different. We'll see kind of how strong it is, if it's impenetrable like the Bertha sometimes feels. But overall, I didn't really see a lot of people using vehicles, especially with most people are trying to just explore the map, enjoy it, get some kills here and there, and then eventually go for a win, which luckily we were able to get all the wins. So that was really fun. When it came to Vanguard Royale quads, which is like the mode that I think they're going to be hyping and pushing, I don't know how popular it's going to be, but it was nice to have a change of pace. The zones do collapse faster like Iron Trials. It is normal health, normal plating, all that stuff that you're used to. It's just the map looks different. It feels great. I mean, you know, you guys can see it a little bit in the background. So much green. I don't think you're going to have to use any kind of color filters, which kind of bridges the gap. Obviously, there's some optimization with the settings where it looks like you're probably going to get better frames. They do have left analog stick for controller players, where you have dead zone for your left stick and as well as your right stick, so they're independent. I didn't really see anything for trigger dead zones, and we didn't see anything for FOV because we all had to play on PC. They didn't give the option for PS4, PS4 Pro, or PS5, so we don't really know unless they're going to release some patch notes. I'm assuming we're not getting FOV slider, but who knows? It could be there, and they kept it top secret so everyone gets hyped about it, but we didn't really get a chance to talk or ask questions after the fact to sum that up. And I'm sorry, I wish we could, but it is what it is, I guess. So obviously that first portion, you can't get a loadout. The cost of stuff that the buys is a little bit different. But overall, I think it felt really fast-paced because the zones collapse a little faster. There's tons of in-game activities that are happening where it's like you can land on this. Every match felt different, and it felt like the tempo was good, especially within that mode, the way it was built, Vanguard Royale. We didn't actually get to play the regular Warzone Caldera Royale, so we don't know how that's going to actually play. or if they're still fine-tuning it because they want us to try this mode out first and kind of take what people like and don't like. But overall, it was a great experience, and I don't say that because they paid or anything like that. Everyone was really hyped. The content creators I was talking to, they were cheesing. Like literally, like it felt like Christmas morning playing a new map. That's how great it is. I'm sure a lot of you are going to experience that on your own as well. We got a new intro animation, new outro. When you get the win, you exit on the little like truck, like D-Day type thing. I mean, it was a lot of fun. Gulag, we got a brand new Gulag. I ended up going 3 for 3 in my Gulag. I won all of them, luckily. They did modify it a little bit. It seems very symmetrical, but the call-outs up top are very powerful. Luckily, I had call-outs in 2 of those Gulags, so you can just say, oh yeah, the guy's right there. Boom. All right, cool. Easy kill. A lot of congested building areas. Not a lot of verticality. There are some areas where it feels like, you know what, you got multiple ways to go up. I'm sure a bunch of people are going to find all the cheese spots, but overall, good experience. In terms of weapons, I was able to get into do a little bit of testing on the weapons. Obviously, there's way too much stuff to test, but I did get an opportunity to test about 7 or 8 weapons and actually do damage range testing for different body parts with and without damage modifying attachments. That includes barrels, magazines, vital, and kind of get an understanding of how the Vanguard weapons are balanced and how they're going to fit into the current meta. And pretty much when I was able to do the different various testing, the base weapon stats for the vast majority, pretty much all of them I tested, are the exact same as Vanguard. So whatever they do to the head, the neck, the limbs, the shoulder, whatever, the upper chest, the stomach, they pretty much do the exact same damage with maybe some slight exceptions, where one would be like 30 to the foot instead of 29, but it's such a negligible difference, you won't really notice it in a gunfight. Where the changes really started to occur is these damage modifying barrels and mags, as well as vital, where they did significantly less than I expected, because I tested the other ones. I was like, cool, they copy and pasted it. There's gonna be some broken stuff. There's still gonna be broken stuff, no doubt. People found plenty of broken combinations, which we'll go ahead and talk about, but they're significantly weaker than the damage boost you got within Vanguard. So for example, with the Bren, you're supposed to be able to do 90 plus damage with the specific mag, and you combine it with the barrel. We were getting nowhere near those damage values within the Warzone engine. So because of that, I think they took conscious efforts to just throw all the guns in, copy and paste, with all the attachments, and then slightly modify these damage multipliers to not make them broken with 250 health or 100 health plus 200 or 150 in plates, to kind of balance them out so they're not completely broken, and then do some slight tweaking as things go on. So a couple to look out for, which you guys will see some screenshots if you want to go ahead and take them. These are the loadouts I either used in my gameplay or I saw other content creators use, and I asked them what it is. There's obviously going to be tons of other good stuff to try out and stuff that slips under the radar. More power to you. But the things that I was able to try out were the Bren. It felt very good. A little bit harder to use at range because of the slow fire rate, but still pretty solid with this build. We had the PPSH, multiple different builds. The main thing is you want to just stick to the normal magazine type, which is the normal ammo that doesn't modify the damage at all. And then that one was pretty good overall in terms of TTK. Very solid. Then we had the NZ41, which was pretty good. Surprisingly, I thought that the 45 bullets wouldn't hold up, but it felt pretty good even in quads. Then we also had the Automaton. The Automaton on paper, it doesn't look like it's all that good, but since it's a super low recoil, I think that's going to be more of the noob-friendly gun. I think people will have a lot of fun with it because it's super easy to use, 75 round drum, all that good stuff, yada, 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 laser beam like the Grau. But I think better players are probably going to gravitate towards a little bit more hard-hitting weapons with a little bit faster TTKs, even though that one is super easy to use, very forgiving. I think that one's going to be a very popular meta weapon despite its little bit slower TTK compared to some of the weapons that we're talking about here. STG, multiple builds. I used one more for range. It felt okay. And then the person I was partied up with, Marksman, used an STG as sniper support, and dude was dominating. He had like 8 to 12 kills per match, and these are with all kinds of content creators. People using that with the Kar 98, which we'll go ahead and talk about now. And this is the specific build he was using for the Kar 98. It is a very good build, and the cool thing is, for whatever reason, they thought that it was cool to have a no glint optic, so you can go ahead and check that out. And then we also have some snake shots kind of returning, and I think some people found some shotguns, but it was kind of really hard to tell because people were trying them in the pregame lobby. But I guess we'll find out some more things. But those are a few to get you started. Some people were liking the ground loot MP40, but we'll see how it goes. I'm very excited with this brand new map. There's going to be tons of stuff coming down, breaking down metas, stats, gameplays all over my second channel as well. So make sure you're subscribed here and over there. Link near the top of the description. Appreciate all the support on the content. Thank you for watching. As always, have a great day.